Welcome to the Creature Cast, the official Console Creatures podcast. I'm your host today, Steve Egvari, and as always, I'm joined by my good pal, Bobby. How the heck are you today?
It's my long weekend, so I'm doing beautiful. Basically, it's, Friday afternoon. I feel like I'm ready for the next 2 days because I've done nothing today but play games and write articles, and I love it. This is basically what my summer's going to be. So
Hell yeah.
I'm good. I know you've had a long week, so how are you?
I'm doing great. For everyone that doesn't know, I was out to New York City for Samsung's Galaxy Unpacked. I got to go and see the full reveal of the Galaxy Fold 7 and the Galaxy Fold or Flip 7. Have it downstairs, otherwise I'd go show it on the camera. But I love it. It's a cool little foldable, and the first Samsung phone that actually had me going, oh man, do I just drop my iPhone? Do I do it? Do I get the green bubble syndrome? I don't know.
That's the consensus.
It's a nice looking. It really is. Like, everyone I talk to that is a staunch iPhone user came out of that conference being like, fuck, I really like this phone. And I don't blame them. It's really impressive.
You've been in the Apple ecosystem for years. It's like
my whole life.
Basically, yeah. So same thing with me. It's like, I think I bought an Android once, played with it for a day, and I was like, nope, I'm good. And I went back, and it's been iPhone ever since. But I don't know. I would like to see what an actual flip phone is like, and if Apple's rumored flip phone is coming, I mean, I'd probably hold out. But like, the folds are cool. They're freaking cool.
They are cool.
I like that it's a tablet when you really need one, because
an 8-inch screen is really nice. Like, booting up like YouTube videos or Netflix, I'm like, oh man, this is really cool. Doing multitasking and everything. And of course, like, the camera is really nice too.
Yeah.
I was out.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was out New York City all week. I know our cadence of episodes have been disrupted a little bit because of the summer and some travel and everything, but we are back. I made it back, Bobby. I got story time for you and everyone listening, because I feel like I was yesterday getting out of New York City. I had a gut check moment. I was like, I've never had my heart sink that deeply in my chest before. So I get to LaGuardia, about half an hour to get from my hotel into the airport. I was like, ooh, perfect. I've got, at this point, an hour and a half before my flight starts boarding. Guess what I'm doing? I'm going to that Shake Shack. I haven't eaten since 10 a.m. and it's 5 o'clock right now. So I'm hungry for it. I need the fries. I need the burger. I need the milkshake. So I'm like, perfect. Heading into security. Let me go in my bag and grab my passport. It's not there. Let me go into my carry-on and grab my passport. It's not there. And I'm hurled over on the ground. I'm rummaging through, clothes, devices, everything's just thrown around me. I got my Switch, my Meta Ray-Bans, I got the new phone and everything just out in the middle of this airport. And then it dawned on me, I left my passport in my hotel room.
Oof.
And I called the hotel. I'm sweating at this point because, like I mentioned, an hour and a half before my plane starts boarding. So I'm like, this is a make or break moment. Like, do I go back into the city, spend another, half an hour each way? But I called the hotel and they're like, yep, we have your stuff. I was like, cool. So I called the PR people from Samsung. I was like, listen, what do you recommend me do? Because there is a possibility that I do not get on this plane because I forgot my passport. And they're like, actually, what we're going to do, Uber courier. I was like, oh, you guys are geniuses.
Oh, that's
so
smart.
They said, yeah, honestly, I wasn't even going to think of it. Like, I was prepared to just get back into an Uber, go back to the hotel, get back, and then just pray that I didn't hit any big blocks of traffic. So they set it all up. They're like, cool, it's going to get here. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it will get to the airport at 6:30, 10 minutes after the flight starts boarding. I was like, okay, I've been to LaGuardia enough. I know my way around. I know how to get through security. It's usually pretty easy. It's pretty, clean cut. Okay, just do it. We'll hope for the best. If not, I'll get on the next flight. So book the Uber courier. I'm watching it from my side on the phone and everything. I'm watching the little like pinpoint get to the hotel. He ends up picking up the passport from the hotel. He's got it in hand. I see the time. It's going up. It's going up to 6:40,
Ooh,
which means if 6:40, 15 minutes before they shut the door and take off on the tarmac. And I'm like, this is going to be a photo finish. A photo
yep.
finish story. I'm going to get all because everyone else that's on the trip is already past the gates. They're ready to board and everything. And I'm going to walk onto the plane, giving high fives and cheers and everything. I watched the little car. He's coming up. He's coming up. And at this point, it is 6:30 on the dot. And I was like, listen, he got here 10 minutes early. Beautiful. I've got so much time. I'm feeling good. His little pin pulls up to mine.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't see him.
Oh no.
I don't. And then I get the call from the PR person who's like orchestrating and handling it. Like she was the one that that booked it. She's like, he's right there. I was like, he's not. And she's like, put up your hand. Can you see his hand? I was like, no, I can't. And then finally he calls me on FaceTime and he's like, look at where I am. I was like, you're in arrivals. I'm departing. I'm in Terminal B.
Ooh.
And Bobby, he proceeds to argue with me. He's like, I'm at Terminal B. I was like, yeah, but you're in the wrong area. This proceeds to go on, Bobby, a half an hour.
What? No.
He's arguing. At one point, I tell him, I was like, listen, like I'm on FaceTime, I'm showing him signs, I'm showing him everything. I was like, I'm departing, I'm not arriving. He's like, no, I know the area. And Bobby, I have never yelled at an adult man the way I have when I said, you don't know the area, man. I'm in departed. Get to my level. Bobby, this took a half an hour back and forth.
At that point, I would have pushed off this bike once I saw him. Like, you clearly don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's insane.
He didn't. He didn't. It was the most frustrating conversation I had with an adult man. He was below me. He was two like levels below me in the arrival section. I kept telling him, like, please just whatever you need to do, just get to me. Obviously I ended up missing my flight. I got on to the next one. Thankfully Air Canada was great about it. They were like, listen, there's one seat next or on the next one. We'll put you on standby for the 7:31. If not, there's tons of seats on the 9:31 if you can't get onto that one. I was like, okay, fine, let's just do it. I get through security with my passport in hand finally, and as I'm walking up to the gate, I hear on the PA in the distance Vegvari, and I was like, oh shit. And I just run into it. The guys were like, we got a seat for you on this plane, get in here. I was like, oh my god, I couldn't have been happier, but that was the most frustrating ordeal in my life. But I'm home.
I don't even know how I would have dealt with that. I probably would have caused a big scene just like you. Because what the hell?
Sure.
Was he a biker, or was he like actually driving?
No, he drove. He drove. Yeah.
Oh god. Can you imagine if he showed up on a bike?
That would have been wild. That would have been wild stuff.
But like, just to get to LaGuardia from this city, like honestly, like that's pretty good time you made. But like the amount of time you wasted, I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, like he kept arguing with me because I was like, I'm leaving from Air Canada, and he's like, oh, so United? I was like, no, I'm Air Canada. I don't know, man. Like you're.
Well, you're here. Like I probably got a 1-star rating because that's ridiculous. I would have given him 1 star because that's insane.
It was wild stuff. I couldn't believe it.
Here's the most important part, though. You got your Shake Shack, right?
No.
Oh my god.
Because by the time I got through security, I had to go to the gate in case they called my name, which they ended up doing. I didn't even get Shake Shack.
That's the whole
all
point
of this.
LaGuardia. Like that's the only reason I ever
that's right.
to go through there is to get Shake Shack. That's the basic, or that's it. That's the only reason I'll go through there.
Obviously, being in Toronto, we have Shake Shack now. We have it, but there is nothing better. There's nothing better than a LaGuardia Shake Shack.
Yeah, like
it hits different.
There's nothing that ever comes close to it. And that's just like when I had it in the UK last year. Like it's different than having it at home. It's like going to McDonald's in different countries. You have to go.
It's so true. They just put like a little bit of extra love in there. I don't know what it is, but the LaGuardia Shake Shack rips,
It's
and
better than the
I didn't get it.
It's better than the original Shake Shack.
It really is. I totally agree with you.
Well, you have no reason not to get it this weekend because it's Friday. You've got
It's
3
Friday.
days to recover.
That's right.
Uber Eats. I wish I had a Shake Shack near me because honestly, that burger is it's like in Smash Bros. When you get the burger, it basically restores my health to 0, and I'm good.
It does. Yeah, it gives me so much life.
Yeah, like those fries in that burger will legitimately are it's like the fountain of youth for me. Like I have that, and I'm a good person. I become a good person.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
I'm good. I'm not as mean. I'm not a curmudgeon. I'm just happy. Like for those first hour, yeah. But you know what? I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
That's the most important.
Glad to be back.
How was New York with everything going on? Did you feel any like anxiety going in? Because that's what
no. The thing is that because Pearson has security on our end, I never feel too unsafe going there because like worst thing is they detained me on Canadian soil. Yeah. And then they just send me home. If it was different, like if I had to go through security on the US side, I think I would feel a little more skeptical about going to the US. But yeah, traveling through Pearson and going through it, like I've never really had a problem. I know I'm just a white dude, so
I know
that plays into it as well.
That's definitely like, I hate to say it, but it is a boon for you like these days.
It does. There's definitely bonus points there around this time. Also, like, I don't know, going down and like explaining I'm going to Samsung Galaxy Unpacked and I come back in like 3-4 days or whatever. They're usually like, okay, I don't care.
All right, cool.
Like, yeah. It's just a kind of like a boring story for them. I feel like they're probably, unfortunately, harassing other people who are, traveling and seeing family and stuff like that. So I know the position I'm in when I go and travel is not the same for a lot of people. So
yeah, exactly.
That's not lost on me.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. I mean, I'm glad you're back more than anything. So welcome back. And
thank you.
Let's talk games because it's been a few
weeks. Talk games.
I've basically had my head buried in Death Stranding, and I'm sure you've dabbled in it for a bit. But let's talk Death Stranding because we haven't talked about it. I know you have been playing it at least, but I mean, what's your take? What do you feel? Do you feel like it's better than the first one? Do you feel it's on par? How do you feel about Death Stranding 2? Because my review was live. I think it's incredible.
Yeah, I read through your review. I heard you and Matt sit down, talk about it on a previous episode. So that's available for everyone to go check out. Highly encourage everyone do. My experience with Death Stranding, I actually, knowing I was going to be leaving, I packed it as much time as possible without feeling like I was rushing through it because it was a game that I wanted to experience at my own pacing and everything like that. So right now, if memory serves me right, I'm about chapter 7. I have no idea how long the game is in comparison to the first one, but I am going through it at a relatively decent clip, doing as much. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured it would be around the same, 14 chapter pace. But I'm going through, I'm doing, as many side runs as I can. If I'm going and passing by some of the larger ports, I'll go and do as many deliveries and stuff like that. I'm really trying to do as much without kind of going out of my way to do side deliveries and stuff like that. But holy fuck, Bobby, this game is really special.
It's something.
It really is.
I understand what you're saying about, not going out of your way, but I've been basically going out of my way from day one just to get 5-star deliveries for everybody.
Yep.
Because you get some really cool items, the better your rank is, right? So like, I've been basically chipping away at that, but like it's not boring. It's honestly been just so like it's I don't even know how to put it. It's just, it basically puts me at ease. Like I'm just delivering, I'm listening to the MP3 player in the game. I'm basically jamming along as Sam and just delivering packages. I'm having the time of my life. And it's been great just talking to the people in the game, giving everyone likes. Building highways is like the coolest thing about this game. I love building those highways and just repairing them.
Me too.
Leaving ladders everywhere, leaving guns and lockers for people, and just basically helping everybody. It's such a cool game to be a human being. Like you're like even my review, I said it's just basically the world is just so fractured right now, and like people are just have no social etiquette. So having this game where social etiquette is a core tenet of the game is really cool. Like you're helping your fellow porters. You're giving them the tools to succeed. You're talking through them through likes. You're sharing photos on the SSS social network, and it's so cool. And Kojima is such a genius developer that I just don't understand any of the hate that's coming around, because I've seen some people just shit all over this game for no reason other than it's a woke walking simulator, whatever they're going to call it. And it's just like, that's not the game. This is not what you're doing. It is the most insane game he's ever put out, just on story alone. But for the mechanics, there's nothing else like it. I couldn't even tell you any game that even pales in what this game is doing. It's just so unique. The world is so cool. And stepping outside of that box that most developers are working in is just like few and far between. There's only a handful of developers that are willing to do that, and
I know
do it well, right? So Kojima, like, bless you for what you've done. If Game of the Year is, a toss-up right now, I'm saying it's either Expedition 33 or this. Like, there's really nothing else
that
I could say is coming close, with the exception of something we'll talk about next week. But that's
fair enough.
Next week. But for now, I feel like this is probably my Game of the Year. It's just so impressive in what it does and what it wants you to do, and the message it's giving you. It's not about what's happening in the game. It's about what you're contributing to this world through your character and helping others. And like, that's what I've always respected about this game. It's a social contract you're building with other people, and you're honoring that as you deliver packages. And I love that. Like, it's so cool. But yeah,
it is. And I feel like I fell in love with this game hours in. Like, it took me like no time at all. I mean, it was just super impressive. Like, that first cinematic leading to those first like gameplay moments. I mean, it's all over the internet now, that when you're walking across the Mexican mountain range and stuff like that. I was like, oh my god, this is like a generational game. This is a generational leap in fidelity, in terms of scope and everything. And I mean, I had the benefit of replaying the original Death Stranding just like a month or so ago. So all the mechanics, all the frustrations, all the roadblocks that the first game had are just like stripped away in this game. Out the door. This like you said, like, the game is fun. And I feel like Death Stranding 1,
it wasn't,
made you work for the fun a little more. It made you, the structure of the game kind of forced you into feeling comfortable with the mechanics, whether you're walking and you're holding the buttons in order to keep your balance, or upgrading from walking to using the floating carrier, to getting the tri bike and then getting the van and everything. It felt like a more like slow and grading upgrade system here. In Death Stranding 2, it's like, no, here's the bike, have as much fun with it. You're not, bumping across every single rock. You get the larger van
very early. And like
very early.
Like, it would, I think if it wasn't for that, the game wouldn't have hit as hard for me.
I totally agree.
The game for what it was intending to do. And honestly,
traversal is so good.
Yeah. Everything has just been really consistent. Like, gameplay, story, I know it's got some issues, of course, which we can discuss later, but like,
sure,
for face value, it's a great game. Like, everything it's set out to do, it's doing well. There are some small things I would like to tweak, but like, I'm 100 hours in and I'm having the time of my life. Like,
I think I'm like,
I do that, right?
I want to say like 35 or 40 hours, maybe 30 to 35 hours. But yeah, it's just, the game gets rid of so many of those roadblocks that I just kind of get lost in it. Talking about doing side deliveries or building out the highway. That's been a bulk of mine. Like I have up to where I am, the bulk of the highway system's all done, the monorail system all built out, because I'm having a blast just being like, okay, well, I need to bring 1,000 metal over to this little outpost to then build out this bulk of the highway, build it out and everything. And then, you get the little like notifications on the side of your screen of like, oh, this character or this player has used your highway, or this player has contributed to the same highway portion that you have to build it out. And it's just so much fun. And that's where I keep coming back to, is just that it's just such a fun experience going through Death Stranding 2, because it gets rid of all those traversal roadblocks. I think we can talk about the story's pacing, but I think that even the setup to the story fucking rips. Like I was so on board with what they were doing with the story, and I was completely sold with the justification of why we're returning to Sam, why we're returning to this world. I thought has been really, really cool so far, and it does a really good job of just kind of piecemealing narrative beats. I think at a pretty good rate, although I will say that I do miss traversing and getting someone through like the earpiece and be like, oh, here's like a little narrative update and everything. I feel like those are few and far between, where it is you're doing you're going through a single chapter, you'll get a bulky cinematic, and then it's really nothing up until like you complete the chapter. Then you get like another big major story beat. You don't really get the small interactions along the way, which I kind of miss. Like you're saying, now it is kind of throw on the MP3 player, or for me, if I'm just doing random, couriers and deliveries, I'll throw on a podcast or something, because it feels like there's a lot more dead space in terms of people talking to you or stuff like that. But the music in this game is stellar. I love the soundtrack. I think it's even better than the first one.
Oh, 100%. And I love that you can actually play the first one in this game. So it's like you get two soundtracks. My big caveat is basically Norman Reedus doesn't have a lot to do. I feel like
that's so true.
He takes a step back, and I kind of get why, but like he's the star of the game. Like let him talk, let him have more to say, because like he's the player character. So like basically now that you have these options to speak to people, like text dialogue, it's like that's cool, but I want to hear him talk. I want to hear Norman say things. His interactions with like Tomorrow are so limited, and it's just like
they are
most until like later on. It's just basically it's like, oh hey, I'm back. Here's an apple. Here's something I got you, and it's like, come on. You have Elle Fanning and Norman Reedus in a game. Like, let them interact.
Yeah, have them talk, have them do stuff. Yeah, because he is really playing like the onlooker. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't get it. It's just like you have this really good actor in your lead role, and he's got very little to work with.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. Even I don't want to really spoil anything, but the scenes in the trailer is in the trailers where you get the guitar scene. Let's just call it that.
Yeah, like that stuff there.
He takes a complete step back and he kind of like disappears. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like you don't even get his reaction to the entire thing, really.
And I don't understand why, because that's what happened to Metal Gear 5. Like I don't know what happened behind the scenes or whatever, but
yeah,
that version of Snake was very quiet. It was very limited in what he was saying throughout the story. And it's
that's true.
This is an iconic character. Why is he not talking more? Or and then it seems to be another carryover from his development style, Kojima. It's like your character should be talking. Like these people should be front and center in every scene, saying something, dealing with somebody. And it continues on to the end. It's like even his stuff with Higgs later on, like it starts off pretty strong and then it kind of falls off. Like later chapters, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just like
interesting. Okay,
you have Troy Baker just killing it as Higgs, because there's one, I think it's chapter 7 or chapter, you might have seen that one where with the, I don't want to say too much spoilers, but like they encounter each other in a factory. I don't know if you got to that part yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the scene I'm talking about too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So then, and it's like,
and Troy Baker is murdering.
Yeah, he's
this game in terms of his performance.
I don't know if he's going off script or he's just ad-libbing, but like he's like the star of the game. I feel
he's incredible.
He's incredible. Like Troy Baker, 10 out of 10 performance. Like Higgs, I love
honestly.
his character. I know he's a piece of shit, but I love him.
Yep.
But
I love him more in this game than I did in the first 100%.
one. Like just because now he's totally unhinged. Like he failed to blow up the planet. He's doubling down on it this time. So I love it. He's the Sephiroth to Sam's Cloud. That's what it feels like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's a great pull. Yeah.
Yeah, but like outside of those small things, like I feel like I really hope that we get a Death Stranding 3 sooner rather than later, because like it really ends on this note where I'm like, I could play this game for the rest of the year and just building highways and helping people out, and like I'm having the time.
I want to, yeah. You kind of brought it up, but this game feels very much like Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain in the best way possible. Like I think a lot of the menus systems are improved over the first one. A lot of just the control schemes and everything. Like I said, I went back and I played director's cut, so that was already the refined.
Yeah, you got the better
reformatted version, and this one continues to just make it easier to interact with menus and interact with your everything that you're delivering. Auto adjust what's on your backpack.
I love how everything's been streamlined. Where like you have the floating menus basically just letting you auto configure your backpack. Drop stuff on the go, pick it up on the go, pick it up and throw it at people. I love the
drop
in combat now.
Drop empty grenades and weapons and stuff like that. It's also more streamlined, and it makes me feel like I'm taking more agency in terms of the gameplay. Like I'm going through combat way more effectively now. I'm loving the combat. The combat is like night and day in comparison to the first one.
So hard. Like, oh man, just and going back to what I said earlier about 5-starring a lot of the deliveries, you get a really good trank sniper rifle from the Lone Commander at level 5, and if you want to go stealth, you have to 5-star it to get that weapon, because it basically makes you a ghost, right? And
I've been slowly but surely trying to. He's the one that I'm trying my hardest to get the highway up to him. Yeah, he's so out of the way, and it takes the most resources to build out his highway. And I'm like, I just want that sniper rifle, because I love the stealth. I love the combat if I have to, but I don't think that there's like Kojima and Metal Gear are synonymous with like certain audio cues. Obviously, the exclamation mark when you're spotted and everything.
I love it.
There is, but I don't think that there's anything more satisfying than when you land a headshot and you get that like kind of like slow-mo, the enemy falls to the ground and everything. I think that like it's just so thoughtful, and I think that combat in this game is a lot of fun. And I never thought that I would say that about Death Stranding. I like that in this one it does not shy away from, hey, you're going in and you're fucking up a whole bunch of these. They're not mules in this one, but they call them something else.
Brigands and stuff. And
yes, that's right.
But they're just the more they've transitioned to the brigands, but like they're good enemies. Like they can gang up on you pretty quickly, and like I've had
pretty quickly.
Sorry, when I was like invading one of their bases, and I got overwhelmed, and then they stole my truck and took all my stuff, and like, I wasn't paying attention, so they ended up throwing all my stuff into. Like they basically got rid of all my stuff. I lost all my stuff, my deliveries, and basically they ended up throwing me into a bin and getting rid of all my stuff too. So like, there is a challenge, and I love it. It's like Sam has to be Solid Snake, so that's why
in so many ways,
it's so cool. But like, honestly, like it's just like this is probably what Metal Gear 5 should have been. I did like the gameplay in 5, but like it just
so did I.
I feel like there were just too many behind the scenes issues that didn't let the game basically become what it was meant to be. So, but Kojima now has like more developers, bigger budget, more unhinged ideas, and it all comes together so beautifully.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think the way that he's able to just kind of execute on his ideas is so refreshing, because like you're saying, there's not many studios out there that can execute the same way he does. I think that Remedy is able to in so many ways with, Sam Lake at the helm, but Kojima really does have this authoritarianship of being like, no, we're going to do weird stuff. We're going to do weird narrative beats. Everyone's kind of along for the ride if they're willing to buy into this. But then I'm also going to add in a whole bunch of like really enticing gameplay mechanics into this game. And strip away every kind of roadblock that hardcore players really did experience in the first game. I don't think that's going to solve everyone's issues. I don't think that people who, like you were talking about, people online who are so set in their ways of like, this is just a walking sim. This is just, UPS the game and everything. I was like, it's really not. Like I feel like the argument for that being the case has dwindled to such a comical degree. It's not.
It's just showing how stupid you are. Like, I'm sorry to be upfront or rude about it, but like that's just stupidity. I mean, that's not what this game is. And if that's what you're thinking, then you really need to play more games or read a book or something, because like that's just not exactly true. And
No.
I challenge anyone to tell me otherwise. Like, play this game and say that at the end of it. Finish the game and then tell me it's a walking simulator.
I think that's the big one, is that people who have that opinion, I mean, you're entitled to whatever opinion you want, but I can tell that you have not played the game, if that's the case. If that's the take that you have, I know that you didn't play the game.
Yeah, so like if you're entitled to your opinion, you're entitled to hear me tell you you're stupid.
There you go. That's fair. If you're putting your opinion out there,
yeah, like it's there for me to.
You're allowed to be criticized.
Yeah. Yep. So ultimately, like I'm not putting this game down anytime soon. I feel like it's gonna be my game of the year. If I gotta finish platinuming Expedition 33, but then that's gonna be the toss up. So
and I can even recognize that. I know that it is, so I do want to give Expedition a shot. I just have not had the time to, but that is clear as day going to be the conversation at the end of the year of which of these two games are going to be. Maybe Ghost of Yōtei, but I think that it really will become the heavy hitters of.
I want to talk about that in a bit later once we get a couple of things out of the way, but like I don't think it'll be game of the year. I feel like it's going to be a great game, but
sure,
in a year where you have a game like Expedition 33, Death Stranding, and a third contender, I like I said, we'll talk about next week, but
sure,
there's no way. As much as I love Sucker Punch and like the amount of diligence they put into this game, it'll be a really good game, but like not game of the year.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
I'm opening it up to being surprised, but I think I largely agree with you. I would like to be wrong though.
I'm always.
But yeah, of course. I look forward to continuing to play now that I'm back and kind of settled down, because I do really want to get to this ending and find out what the hell is going on, because there are so many. I think that's the other thing, is that there's so many great like mysteries and breadcrumbs to what's going on in this game. It always keeps me guessing, like, what's going to happen next. What am I going to get? What kind of revelation am I going to get at the end of the chapter? What's going to entice me to continue playing? Because it really does keep me up at, all hours of the night being like, okay, I got to get through this, next valley on the map, get through the next portion of Australia and figure out what the hell's going on here.
Yeah. I will say this, like, it started off on a really strong foot and it did some really bold moves in that first Mexico segment. So like,
yeah,
I was shocked at that. So you know what, like that was a good indicator that Kojima's really trying to do things a little bit differently.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I can't wait to see what you think of the end. Like that's where I feel like I'm really curious to see where you're gonna land, because
cool.
Like I said, I'll say this: I did love the ending, but there was obviously some things that could have been adjusted and maybe addressed before the game went out. So, I'm
interesting. Okay, I'm excited too. And yeah, I'll be talking about it more and more as I go through it. So I'll definitely keep the conversation going on the show.
Yes. So
yeah,
let's move on to something else, because
let's do it.
I've been playing. I on a whim, just because Team Asobi announced Astro Bot's getting new levels yesterday. I downloaded the game. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try these new levels out, and I was surprised that
they did it.
They did it. Not only did they do it, but now there's like over 90 levels in this game. They're all challenging in some regard, but these 5 or 6 levels that are in the new Vicious Void Galaxy are insane. And
really,
they're challenging. They're definitely on that speed run podium of like, you basically want to get the best time, but like they're so smartly developed that it's hard to say like, they're worse than the other ones. They're all good. Like the twin, there's a twin frog level where you have the frog powers. There's the one with the chimp hands. There's one with the symbols, the bear symbols, and I'm struggling through 4 or 5 of the levels trying to get the new special bots, because the new special bots are all either Square Enix characters or classic PS1 like Gex and what was the other one? I think it's I gotta find them. But yeah, it's all classical characters, but like the cool thing is like these new characters, we finally got Cloud and Sephiroth. We got Surge from Final Fantasy, or Surge from Chrono Cross. And I'm having a blast. Like I'm struggling, but like I'm having a blast. Like it's sitting down with this game and reminding myself that, it's super challenging, but it's not frustrating. It's just a game that wants you to overcome its hurdles by practicing and improving and not feeling too bad that you're struggling, because the struggle is just a learning tool in this game. And like I've been learning that, after months away from this game, that it's a game about just muscle memory and good timing. But oh man, Astro Bot hits. Like I forgot how fun this game was until last night. Like I platinumed it, I put it away. I did some of the other speedrun levels last year, but like those, there was one that I just could not beat. I ended up beating it yesterday, and I was like, holy crap. If this is what it's wave of game, like the next wave of levels I think they've perfected the formula at Team Asobi. This is definitely what I want from more of the game. Like it's so good.
I'm glad. As soon as I saw the screenshots of Cloud and everything, I was like, I gotta talk to you about this like on the show, because I was so happy that they finally did it, because for a long time I got really worried. Like how is Square dropping the ball this badly for such a beloved game to just not include such iconic mascots?
I think I know why, but like Astro Bot's a celebration of PlayStation. Square Enix is trying to move away from being a first-party developer, and I kind of understand it. Right? Their sales have not been great. PlayStation exclusive, so having that delay of like 9 months to basically, let people play the game, enjoy it for what it is, and then finally be like, hey, here's our character. You got 2B, you've got Sephiroth, you've got Cloud, you've got Surge. They're all there. It's cool. It's cool to see them. And I don't know if you've seen the little Easter egg of when you go to Cloud in the game and you punch him.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, like it's smart little things like that. Like it's like, oh man, I'm glad they finally did it. But like more of this going forward. Like put more of these characters in. Like let's see what Squall is doing. Let's see what Tidus is doing. Let's see what Chrono is doing. But ultimately, like the levels. That's what I'm going to talk about. Like the levels are so good. Like, I encourage you to spend maybe an hour or two tonight.
I'm going to
this Galaxy and tell me what you think, because like honestly, I spent the last 3 hours last night before I went to bed just clearing them up, and I went to bed with a smile on my face. It was just fun going back to Astro Bot and just not having to worry about like games like Death Stranding or another game I'm playing. It's simple-minded fun. It's just muscle memory, jumping through hurdles and learning from my mistakes, not having to worry about, story. It's just clearing as fast as I can. And it's just fun to have a game like that available again, even for 5 levels. But like, it's so cool.
No,
And
it is. Like you, what happened to me, I went through that first wave of speed runs, and I was trying to be, as competitive as I could within our circles and everything. And at a certain point, I was like, I just don't really care. I'll grab the
yeah,
unlockable,
I just want the trophies.
cameos and stuff like that. Yeah, and the trophies and everything. And then I put it away, and I have not touched it ever since. So all the new levels, including the ones that just released, I haven't touched at all. So yeah, I am thinking that I might as well maybe after dinner tonight or even over tomorrow morning or something. I'll just go through and probably knock them all out.
Honestly, I encourage
The
it.
unlockables.
There's also a Christmas theme level. I don't know if you played that, but like I did that
That
too.
one,
It's
that one's
so
one
good.
of the best levels in my opinion altogether.
I skipped it out because I just forgot about it. But like I was like, oh, what's this? And there was like that Santa level, and
Yep.
oh man, I spent a good hour just slowly taking my time and just looking at everything because it's just so cool. And
yeah, I think that was the last level that I actively played, and I was like, this is easily one of the best levels Team Asobi had put together for this.
100%.
I was blown away.
I'm just so shocked that even now it's not on PC. Like this game needs to be on PC. I want more, and I want a level editor on PC. Put it out there.
That'd be sick.
Just give me an Astro Bot level editor for like Mario Maker, and just let people go wild. Because like honestly, this series is right for that. Like there's nothing better than Astro Bot and clearing hurdles. And like honestly,
Yep.
just getting back into that mindset of playing Astro Bot, I feel good. It just puts you in a good mood playing this game. It's so cheery, it's colorful. There's so many graphical, there's so much magical graphic consistency happening. Like just like the level of detail and like,
yep.
Like I said, if you guys haven't played the Christmas level, go play it. There even like the bells and like there's some cool like hidden stuff that you go under, and it's like a really cool Christmas tree thing that happens and it unfolds, and like, oh my god, it's just so cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but yeah, ultimately, if you want to play this game, check out our review, but like, do it soon because this game is so magical. If you're feeling a little bit of anxiety in your everyday life, like play this game. It'll cheer you up. And don't listen to what I'm saying about the speed runs. Like it's not frustrating. It's a great game to basically just make you feel good about what's happening in your life. It'll just cheer you up.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. And then the last thing I wanted to bring up wasn't a game that we've been playing, but about to play. I wanted to do just a general gut check and temperature feel for Tony Hawk. It's out. I got my codes while I was traveling, so I wasn't able to install it on my Switch over the hotel Wi-Fi because you need the goddamn browser to pop up. So I couldn't do that. And then by the time I also have it on Xbox as well, that I have it installed. So I'm looking forward to checking it out on both platforms. But Bobby, how are you feeling about this now that it's out now?
I'm ready to shred, man, because like
hell yeah.
Who didn't play Tony Hawk as a kid? Like I don't know anybody
Honestly.
who didn't play it, right? And like Tony Hawk 1 and 2, amazing. The series really hit its stride in 3 and 4. And that's just what I feel, right? But
sure,
it's cool. It's cool seeing everyone back together. I'm excited to see Bam back. I think that's a great nod to him. I know he's been on the mend. I mean,
he's doing his best.
I watched Viva La Bam religiously, and like I loved
same
Matrimony, and like I cheered for him, man. Him and Ryan Dunn were like the coolest duo. So
oh my god,
his trajectory after that, and like finally finding the right people to help him, he deserves this. Bam should be in. If there's ever going to be a new Tony Hawk game, Bam needs to be there. So
I agree. I was really happy that they added him in. I'm happy that Doomslayer is in the game as well. That's going to be a lot of fun to rip and tear on that.
Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles. Like I'm down to play this game. Like I want more guest characters from like the weirdest IPs. Like put Superman in this. Put Superman in the game.
Sure.
Put Spider-Man back. I think Spider-Man
should be sick. That'd be sick.
Yeah, ultimately, like I'm down to play it. I have it on PlayStation. I'm gonna play it on Switch too. And I know they're not long games, but like I'm here to just 100% them because I did that for the first two. I'm down. This should tide us over till Skate comes up because Skate's slated for.
I hope so.
Fall.
Yeah.
There's a lack of skateboarding games out, and I feel like it's time to bring it back. Skate culture
I agree.
has been like regressing, so I want back because I know our generation was big into skate culture. Like we
huge. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm all for it. I'm probably gonna spend my weekend juggling these two games and a couple other things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What's your history?
Nice.
Like, what do you feel like? Are you going?
So that's funny. Like 1 and 2 were my games. Growing up, I loved the first two. I played 3 and just a little bit. I think I rented it a couple times and never played 4. So I have no attachment to 4 whatsoever. This will be my first time going through it and everything. But Tony Hawk Thug, Tony Hawk Pros Underground was my Tony Hawk game. That's the one that I invested so much time into, like 100+ hours in. So I'm really hoping that this game does very well and that we finally get a remake of Thug, because that would be my jam. But I'm excited to play these two, get used to 4. I've never played it before. I know that's a little weird in comparison to 1, 2, and 3, but I'm down for the soundtrack. The soundtrack looks so good. The skins, the character skins look cool in this game. So yeah, everything about it I'm 100% into. And yeah, to your point, skate culture was such a big thing for me growing up as a kid and a teenager that it does feel like it regressed. And I feel like a lot of that does come down to, just the culture, the music, everything about people that age just has transitioned into something else. So I love the fact that Tony Hawk can still exist and hopefully be successful and find an audience that's not just you or I and looking for that little hidden nostalgia. I hope that a younger audience can pick these games up and be like, oh my god, I love this, I want more of this, I want I want a new skate, I want a new Tony Hawk Pro Skater that's not the last few, because they have been real rough. So I hope we get good skate games again, not just skate games.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel like it's that time to bring this culture back. I would love just a brand new next gen developed Tony Hawk. Just man,
yeah,
I'm just like frothing at the mouth for it, because like honestly, if you haven't played a skate game, like I think the first one is on Game Pass, Tony Hawk 1 and 2, or I could be wrong. Let me just check.
Yeah, check it out. I think so. You would imagine that they would be on there, but I honestly can't remember.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Play it.
Well, honestly, then, everyone go out and play that. Go and play that as well.
It's like honestly, it's such a good game. You can clear in a weekend. It's so cool. But yeah, ultimately,
they are very fun games.
Yeah. And I'm all for more extreme sports games. I don't know if you played BMX. What was it? Oh god, what was the BMX games that everyone was playing on PS1? I remember we played, like, my group of friends, PS1.
Matt Hoffman's.
Is
that BMX. Yeah.
Pro BMX. It's literally the same thing. So yeah.
The same thing. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Those games were a lot of fun.
So like, I want more extreme sports games back. Like, where are they? We have nothing. We have soccer, we have football, we've got golf, and like that's it.
Yep. I honestly think that it's a culture thing. I think that so many people have kind of like moved away from extreme sports, but it's a huge shame because I grew up on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Dave Mirra's freestyle BMX too. Like, these are games I remember as a kid.
Oh, Dave Mirra's! I forgot about that. Yeah,
and honestly, like, those were the times. I feel like just as a kid, like, we were the luckiest. We grew up in this time where there was no Fortnite, there was no Apex Legends. It was just games that like delivered. I don't even know. Like,
I think a lot of it was also the fact that a lot of these games were great, like, rental games. So you would go into Blockbuster and go like on a Friday after school and be like, cool, I'm going to pick up Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I'm going to go home, invite my friends over, grab some pizza, and we're just going to play this all night. And so I think that's gone away so heavily.
What Fortnite and Apex are, and I always say this, they're empty calorie meals. You don't get anything from them.
Yeah.
And
You don't.
I'm not knocking them. There are obviously millions of people who love them, but like, I don't understand them. I don't like to play them. I've played them extensively. I just don't feel like I get anything from them. I feel like I'm wasting my time playing them. And that's not a knock on that. Obviously, I'm not knocking it. It's just saying. It's just like it's like eating it's like eating rice cakes for dinner. You're getting nothing from it.
Sure.
It's like
comparing Fortnite to rice cakes is hysterical, though.
That's exactly what it is, though. Like, I want a steak for dinner. I don't want rice cakes. Like, give me something I can enjoy. So yeah, that's we didn't have rice cake dinners for growing up. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just we had chicken nuggets and mac and cheese, and that's what these games were to me.
And that's what Tony Hawk is a nice chicken nugget.
Nice dino chicken nuggets. Like, that's what I want. But yeah,
that's what I want, and that's what I'm going to get this weekend. I'm going to be playing Tony Hawk all weekend.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
There's only one other thing I want to discuss. I know we didn't put on the docket, but I
don't
know if you watched the Ghost of Yōtei Direct.
No, but the only thing that I wanted to at least like read up on and look more into were the custom PlayStation console covers and the DualSense. But no, I didn't watch the gameplay only because I don't need to. I already know what I want out of this game. It's the same thing like Death Stranding. Like, I don't need 20 more minutes of a deep dive. I know that there are, like, I saw some bullet point things that they're improving on and adding, the new like music mode or whatever that adds like the hip hop beats. That's sick.
It's the Samurai Champloo Shinichiro Watanabe's lo-fi director mode, basically. So
yeah,
he basically directed all the songs, and like you can play that mode. There's also obviously the Kurosawa mode returning. There's
of course
also 13 Assassins directors Takahashi Miike's mode, which is it brings the camera closer, adds more blood and blood spatter and mud to the mix. So if you're fighting, there's gonna be a lot more effects. And like these are
that's all sick. I love knowing about those modes and everything, but like seeing the gameplay play out and over the course of like 20 minutes and stuff like that, I didn't really have an interest in it. I know more or less what this game is going to be, and I'm kind of just excited to experience it on my own. And I also feel like it's very early to be doing a deep dive like this when the game still doesn't come out until October.
It's 3 months away. It's pretty close, I would say. I mean,
really?
Okay. It's October 2nd. So basically
2 months, 2.5. So, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I just want to talk about just because like there's a lot of changes.
Please.
So like just I know you are gonna wait, but like there's a couple of things I want to discuss.
Talk to me.
There are no more sword styles anymore. So like you're not getting like
I love that. Yeah, I saw that. That's really cool.
Weapons, right? So like confirmed weapons are actually. So if you go on the website, anyone who's listening, I have a breakdown of everything we saw, and it's there with the video. But where is she?
So, I know that they have like a pole arm, dual
katana,
swords,
spear, kusarigama, odachi, and dual swords.
Yeah,
and the change up is that instead of doing obviously the sword styles, these weapons are all effective against specific enemies. So
that's right. Yeah,
that's cool. There's no more. You're not a samurai. You're not a shinobi. You're just a lone wolf. So like the cool thing was, you can fight dirty in this game. So there was a segment where you could pick up a spear, just fling it at enemies, and like just kill them like that because you could never do that.
See, that's cool.
So yeah, there are some big changes. People are saying it's just more of Tsushima, but like anyone who saw this can tell it's not just more of this game; it's more but better. So like that's all I've always wanted from it.
Yep.
Coming off of Assassin's Creed Shadows, I liked the game, but ultimately like it fell flat in a lot of things. Like I honestly think the story went nowhere. It was probably my least favorite of the modern games. So I'm looking forward to going back to Japan and experiencing whatever this story is going to be. I love the fact that there's more long range weapons. Like you obviously have your bow and arrow. You've got a gun now. You've got kunai. You've got
rifle.
bombs. You got blinding powder. But the thing that stood out is like in the previous games, you'd have to go like the villages and stuff to get your gear and get like resources and stuff. But like during the the state of play yesterday, they were very adamant about saying, no, we're not doing that anymore. We've kind of done away with that. And what they're doing now is you can set up camp anywhere in the world and characters will come to you because we don't want to waste your time. So yeah, people will come find you wherever you are on the map. You can set up camp. They'll give you items. They'll give you quests. They'll tell you where to go. And like I love this. These things are streamlining the games in ways I never thought I'd want. And like I love that because I don't know about you, but the most tedious aspects of open world games are having to go to like the city, having to go to find this quest marker. This does away with that, it seems like, and it's just like we're gonna bring all that to you. So wherever you are, you don't have to worry about finding the next destination. We'll tell you where to go in a new way. And like I love that.
I love that too. That's great because so many, especially Ghost of Tsushima. I just remember how tedious it was to track everyone down, make sure you close up and tie up loose ends and everything. It just became like and as much as I love Ghost of Tsushima, it became a thing of like, here's the golden path, and I know exactly what's going on in the golden path, and everything else that was supplemental, I was like, I don't really remember what I'm doing. Because I'm going instances of like 5-10 hours between meeting each character because I'm bouncing around so many times.
Yeah, so they've done away with a lot of things like that. So like the Jin's journal is now a little bit more refined. So like you have it's called the Wolf Pack instead of the journal. It's the Wolf Pack. I don't know if you saw this little clip, if you like I said, but like it's got every character you meet there, and and they have like little speech bubbles on their pictures. So anytime you see a speech bubble, that means they've got something new for you, whether it's a new quest or a new item or something else. So like you can basically stay on top of what everyone's offering you at all times through the Wolf Pack. Like I love that. There's now a spyglass, so just like in like Breath of the Wild, you can basically use it to point out anything in the map and just head that direction. There's puzzles. There's a hot spring you can go to. There's altars of reflection that offer new skills to unlock. There's a clue system now. So if you want to hunt the Yōtei 6, you can go use the clues, or if you want to use the clues to find new regions or new skills, you can just use the clues to speak to somebody who will point you in another direction. So there's no one way to play this game. Like what Sucker Punch was saying was basically, we want you to play however you want. So whether you want to focus on exploration, story, or combat, like we're giving you the tools to just focus on those first. So like I love the fact that they're kind of making it more open freedom than just story driven. Like it's just open freedom. You want to do something, here are the tools, go do it. And that's such a different approach to how Shadows did it and how Tsushima has done it. So like I'm looking forward to seeing where this leads, because the brief 10-15 minutes of what we saw yesterday was really cool. It looks 10 times better than I'd say Tsushima. And like I'm not saying that as it's that generational leap. Like it finally we're finally getting a really cool first party game that's kind of just delivering, right? It's like, I mean, we've waited years for this, and like I mean, most of the big games on PlayStation are either like Kojima's is third party, Stellar Blade is third party. Like this is the first party game we're getting, and it looks insane.
Sure. And, no, that's so fair. I mean, we have been waiting 5 years for this game. It's been so long.
And the last thing I want to touch upon, the new PlayStation controllers and
hell yeah, I love these.
The covers, they're insane. I'm torn between which one I want to get, because I do love the black, but I also love the gold. So it's like,
well, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the black one only available in the US?
Yeah, I don't know if it's only available in the US, but I'd be upset if they were.
On the website it says that it's exclusive to PlayStation's direct website.
Okay, that might be a US based thing, but I'm I'm gonna reach out to PlayStation Canada and confirm because I want
Yeah.
that.
It's a gorgeous
It's
one.
gorgeous.
Both of
It's
them
so
are,
gorgeous.
inspired by Japanese art styles. So there's
Yeah,
one with the gold paint that is used to repair
yeah,
ceramics and stuff like that, and the other one is like a black brushstroke. They're both the same design, but they're just two different like colors on like
yeah.
a very nice,
No, they're
almost like
stunning.
an eggshell white or like a cream colored cover. I think they look great. The dual sense is also stunning. I know that is being sold separately as well. um Again, going back to this being a little too early, even like the pre-order information, they're like, we don't know when these are going to go live. I was like,
Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff I don't care about. But like, I feel like Sucker Punch has been really good with delivering their games on time and
that is true.
going above with what they deliver. Like when Ghost dropped, I would remember how blown away the internet was by just how fast the game loaded on a PS4.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what kind of generational jumps they made technically with what this game's going to be in 2 months. So I don't know if that was my issue. My issue was just more like you're going to sell all this, all these accessories, but like you don't know when they're going to go live or how much they cost. Like, come on, guys! Like that's the only thing I didn't like about the presentation. So
Yeah.
outside of that, like all this game did, all this state of play did was just enhance my excitement. Like I went from like an 8 to a 10. Like I went to a 10 right away because I'm like everything is just like it's hitting the right notes for me. And like and I hate to be like that guy about saying Shadows, but like Shadows, as fun as it was, it felt incomplete. It wasn't what I wanted. And as
No,
much as
I
I
completely
liked it,
agree.
yeah,
It was the same thing for me where I went through it, and by the time credits rolled, unexpectedly, I was like, oh, that's it.
yeah.
Okay.
And that's the thing
I
because like
guess
it started
I
off
guess the
so
rest of it
strong.
is DLC.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. It's like the game started off so strong. That first
Yeah.
uh 3 hours where when you're playing as Naui and she's following those leads to that cave, I'm like, this is gonna be really good. And then
Sure.
how open-ended AC Shadows is what killed the game for me. It was just like I went for hours without anything happening. And then when it did happen, it was a conversation to go somewhere else to find somebody. And it's like this is not what I want. I want story. Like this is not what we're getting. So like yeah, that's kind of where I'm hoping, Yōtei is going to really pick it up for me because like I remember how much I loved the story. Like, it was basically chapter after chapter of things happening and Jin saying something, having to, face like an internal like decision that he was really fighting against. It's like, do I, am I still going to be a samurai? Or am I going to, really embrace the ghost? Like that's what I love, and it's like none of that happened in Shadows. Like it was just like as much as I like the characters, like they added too much to it and it took away from the overall experience. Like if that game was 30% shorter with just a little bit less like just minuscule things to do, like all the stupid side missions, like, it would have been a better game. But
I
yeah,
agree. By the time we got through it, and you're every time you open up the menu, there's another circle of enemies to go
yeah,
track
that
down
stupid
and
board. I
kill, and
hate
then
that.
another
Yeah,
one that leads to this. And it
there were
just
too
became
many.
way too much for me.
How are there that many organizations in one country and people are not
Honestly, at
losing their
the
minds? Like
same time.
there was like 1,000 people I had to kill. And it's like
Yeah.
I thought this was about
It
Templars.
became comical.
And then and it's been months, but like there's 4 Templars in the game.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the hell? So
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
I
very
mean,
weird. So I'm very excited that, Sucker Punch has the wherewithal to be like, no, they're the Yōtei 6, meaning there's 6 of them that
yeah,
you
there's
have
only
to
6 of
find,
them.
not 100 of them.
Yeah, so ultimately, yeah, don't if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But like, if you want to read about it, I have an article. It's tries to recap everything. I think I did got
Nice.
everything, but like, I can't wait for October. Like, I feel like this is going to be the perfect game to basically kick us off into fall. I'm probably going to boot up Tsushima this weekend too. I have 4 or 5 games I want to play just to get back into that mindset because I love just following the wind, and like that was kind of the big thing in this game was you can follow the wind again,
Yep.
and I love that. But
I
yeah,
love that stuff.
that's
Yeah,
where I'm at right
exactly.
now. I'm just
Nice.
excited for the next 4 months of games because we still have so much coming out. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone's playing within the next 3 or 4 months because it's just like there's something for everybody. I hope, and I swear to God, you get your Silk Song because there's just been so many updates on the back ends and stuff.
I know.
It's
I
the
know.
year. I think it's the year.
But I don't think I'm going to. I don't know. I don't
feel
know.
like this is your year. You're gonna get it because there's no way. It's been 6 years. There's no way. I feel like
I mean, we say that there's no way, but there is a way, and the way is just it's a cruel world out there, and I just know maybe the world is telling me, no, Steve, Death Stranding 2 will be your game of the year. We're not gonna muddy up the conversation with the Silk Song. Instead, we'll leave it until next year, so it can just be trounced by Grand Theft Auto.
If you're looking for that experience, like I don't know if you played Nine Souls, but like that's something you definitely should play.
This is true. I've heard. Yeah,
Nine Souls is definitely
a lot of games to play. A lot of games.
Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, I've got a couple of things we'll talk about next week. But like
that's right. I'm excited.
Yeah, I feel like next week's gonna be a big week for a lot of people.
It will be. And I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. Bobby, if people want to connect with you, the website, online, on social media, where could they do so?
Yeah, consolecreatures.com, consolecreatures.com on Bluesky, and you can find me at bpashleadus on all socials. And
hell yeah,
give us a subscribe on YouTube and Spotify.
Yes, yeah, please. That goes a long way to help support the show. And TikTok, all of them.
Dave just published his Missile Command Delta review. People are losing their minds that a 50-year-old game is back. So there you go.
There you go. And as for me, you can find me across the internet at SVigvari. And yeah, we'll be back next week with more conversations about more games because it never, ever stops in this industry. And I wouldn't have it any other way. But we appreciate you all for supporting, listening, tuning in, sharing with friends. But yeah, we'll see you until then. Bye.